Right, we're moving on to the leg sections. I want to get the arms and legs sorted before I move on to the torso, just so I can gauge everything against the arms and the legs. So we're going to start with the feet. I've cut out some 3 bits together. I cut this out to be part of my sole. I've got a pair of old trainers. What they're going to do is they're going to be stuck onto there. This is going to give me a little bit of extra height, make it look a little bit menacing. And I'm going to build up the foot around this. And then build the leg off of it for the thigh part of the leg. So we're going to crack on with that. Going to stick these down onto here and make a start on the leg section. Right, so I've glued the shoe on, so that's now in position, so that's our sole sorted. Right, I have this off-cut piece, it's nice long straight. I'm going to attach that around the front there to try and make the front of the shoe. We'll come to the back bit a little bit later, so that's going to seal off those edges there and create that. And I then have this piece. Now, if you've watched the helmet build, this is the section where we made the dome, the helmet, and we cut that small section off to try and create the bigger helmet. So I kept hold of this. This is bit I'm going to use to create basically the toe cap, and that's going to go around that. So we're going to start building the shoe up on that. So we're going to put these bits on, and then I'll show you the next step. Right, okay, so we've glued that on. We've made the shoe bit. That doesn't quite meet. As you can see, I've glued an extra bit on here. It doesn't quite meet there, but that doesn't matter because we're going to be covering that. This is just to give this a little bit of extra movement up here. The next bit I'm going to add is these. These were the bits where I made the mistake from the shoulder pads and cut them off, and I had to make new ones. Obviously, if you follow the tutorial properly, you won't have these, but it's not too bad. I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to move the other one that is going to go on the back, around the heel, before we cover the back bit. So it's going to be like that. So obviously you can tell that I don't throw anything away, things get reused again. Obviously, if you're building your own one, following this tutorial, design this bit how you want. It's just I'm going to be using these because I have them left over. So we're going to stick these bits on and then start adding the final bits of detail. Alright, so we've glued those bits on, get them in, so we're starting to get more of a shoe-like feel here. The next bit is just going to be a cover-up, so I've just cut this bit, nice little arc in the middle there, and I'm going to use that just to cover those seams up there. This is obviously in 5mm foam, so it's just a little bit easier. They're going to reach all the way round, and that's going to be part of our shoe that way. So we'll get that on, and we're going to have another piece to go at the back and then cover the back bit up. Right, there we go. Put that bit in. That bit's purely just cosmetic, but kind of just shields that in a bit more. I've cut another piece of 5mm foam. This is kind of reverse of that one, although it doesn't quite fit. Although if I'd have thought it through, I suppose I could have just used the reverse of it. That bit is going to go in the back of our heel here, behind this section. It's going to sit in there like that. That's then basically going to enclose the shoe, and then all we've got to do is cover this part. Alright, here we are, simply just to show you there, we've glued that section in, just put a strip around there, so that kind of encloses the shoe around the trainer. So I hope you can see that quite well. And add a little bit more detailing on this, but not much to it's really going to matter. So that's basically our shoe, and then we're going to work up from the leg section up. And I'm not going to put in an ankle joint, I'm just going to leave them separate, so you've kind of maybe got the view of what looks like an ankle joint but maybe not. So there we go, so we're going to do that. So now I'm going to move on to the leg sections. I've been looking back at the pictures of the legs, and obviously they're different styles, so I'm going to go through each leg with you, and we're going to go with it that because obviously they're supposed to be made from scrap pieces of material, so each one's going to be slightly different. So I'm going to start by working on the straight leg. One's going to be cut, it's literally just glued together really nice and easily, so I'm going to go and measure up my own leg and then start cutting some bits of material. Right, okay, now I've been using my ruler and basically just been measuring my leg up, and I've cut this bit out roughly. This piece is 14 inches long. I measured it down the middle, and basically what I've done is I've made it 7 inches at the top and 6 inches at the bottom, so obviously the middle bit's in and it just tapers down a little bit as it comes down to the ankle. Then cut the side pieces. These are about the same length, obviously enough there to fit my calf in, and then I've kind of created a little taper down for the ankle, and then these will just be glued on the side here. So I've done 2 opposites, and then basically I'm going to do some studding detailing down here. I've also, in advance, I've cut this piece and created some ridges in it. This is going to be to mimic this section, and this is going to be the back plate. So this will then go on, and then I've got some bits in the 5mm foam. Those will stick onto that, and then I'll just use Velcro clips underneath that, and that will be the back, how the back plate then slips on. There'll be more studding details and welding put around the edges of this. So basically I'll be able to put my leg in the front bit and then stick the back plate on, and it should hold on, probably with a couple of pads and velcros in there to fit the trousers. So I'm going to get it together and start putting this together now. Right, that's all done. I'm not sure how well you can see this from this camera angle, but we've glued this together. I've created a little knee part here, just simple little curves that I've just cut out, stuck together. Just use my Dremel just to clean off the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect because that's not the effect we're going for. Glued it on the inside. I put a little bit of support material in there because obviously to leave these side bits, and I've done some detailing on the side here. Now you may be looking at that going, why on earth is he glued googly eyes to the side of it? Well, once this is coated and spray painted up, these will look like rivets. This is a really cheap way of creating rivets. I mean, I bought all these googly eyes in the pound shop, so as the Americans would say, bang for your buck. These are the most cheap and effective ways of creating the little rivet effect. So we'll see that once that's all done. So if we repeat out there, so that'll look good. And I've glued up the other bit. I've stuck some slightly bigger ones on. This one, so this one will basically then just glue on there. I'm either going to use magnets or some Velcro to hold that on. So once that's all sprayed up, that will be the leg section there. So once it's all done, I'll do a faraway version so you can see it a little bit better. So that's that leg sorted. That's just going to need coating and getting ready for painting. And we're now going to move on and have a look at the next leg section. Right, now for the other leg section, I've gone to a paper template. I've wrapped this around my leg and kind of drawn it. What I've done is this is going to be laid out on the foam like this. These 2 bits go together, and then it's going to be reversed over to make a double one. And then when these bits are cut out, this bit actually glues on here like this. I'm just trying to do it to save a little bit on foam, plus there is also a line down there and it looks like this is the way the original one's been done when I've been looking at the pictures. So basically that's just what I'm going to try and recreate, so then we end up with a piece like that which can then curve and create the section. The next leg is going to be really simple, it's just a curved bit and a back plate. So I'm going to get these bits cut out, glue them together and see how well we can curve them. Alright, so I've cut those bits out, marked them out and cut them out. So this top section here is the bottom section off of this one. So obviously everything lined up, just had to trim that one a little bit. So I stuck them together and then heated it up and just gave it some curve into the side. So this is going to be a perfect shin plate. That's going to stick on the shin like that. And then we're going to build a little section out here which is going to be for the knee joint, and then it's just going to have a plate on the back. So this one's going to be incredibly simple. So now I'm going to work on the knee section. It's going to be like this knee section I built for the other one, it's going to come out from the middle there, and it's going to have a side bit to it. So that's all we're going to build now, and it's going to be nice and simple. Right, as per normal, I've kind of jumped myself ahead a little bit here. So basically what I've done is I've just cut out what I'm going to have as the knee section, another bit to go on top, a little bit, just use my Dremel, just curved off the edges a little bit, just to add some detailing, and then wrapped this bit in a piece of 5mm foam, and then what I did was I cut it as just one piece and then held it to where I wanted to create this, so it's a little bit angled, because what's going to happen is that sticks in with this one and should lay flat with that, so this looks like it's sticking forward, and that bit's flat over the knee. So we're going to get that bit put in, and then we'll just have to work on the back plate. Okay, so if you can see, I've glued that bit in to our shin plate. So this will then be our knee plate, so that will go over the knee, this will go over the shin. Hopefully you can see it well from this camera angle. I've just added some extra detail into that, put some blocks in there and then glued it in. So that will go on quite nicely. I've also then glued some blocks in here with some bits of Velcro. These are so I can then, it's going to attach by Velcro to the trousers that I'll be wearing. And then what I've also done is created this back plate, nice and simple, just a little bit. I've added a little bit of curve to, stuck some bits on the side with the beveled edge, added some detail, and then the straps. So this will basically Velcro to the back of the calf. These two bits will Velcro around to my legs, and these two bits will then Velcro on the inside of this. So basically it will fit around my leg like that. So that'll be the back bit, and then you'll have the front bit. So, and that's in practice. So these bits are all ready. So I'm going to be coating these up and painting these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top parts of the legs as a separate video, because otherwise this is going to be taking a very long video. So I'm going to do this in two parts. Obviously I said at the beginning of the video I was going to do the legs in one video, but I'm now going to do it in two. So I'll get these coated and spray painted, and then I'll move on to the next video and do the top part, and then hopefully at the end of that I'll show you the legs all complete once they're done and painted up. Okay, so we'll move on with that now.